All right. Hello, YouTube. Looks like we're finally up here. Let's switch this to science and technology, since that's what we're focusing on tonight. I'm going to go ahead and grab this video ID, populate the live chat. This is a little stream panel that I built. It integrates with YouTube. I post in the video ID and set a polling timeout. And it goes ahead and posts in the comments into the live chat, avatar chat that you see at the bottom of the screen or the bottom right if you're watching Twitch, if you're one person. As I mentioned before, it's not live. We're going to take a look at my pull request of all the changes I've been working on. We're going to go ahead and get those staged and tested so I can begin releasing some things. So many open apps. I'm trying to clean up my office a wee bit. Need to order some storage bins and some shelves. The whole house is in a wee bit of disarray. Such is life. Look at that. See, YouTube isn't doing anything with us tonight. Very interesting. Well, I guess we'll code anyway. Let's make the best of it. All right, so when upgrading React and React Router, it did break my room URLs. So I had to go ahead and restore that original behavior. I got that working. I think we're safe to go ahead and commit that. So we'll likely do that now. There are some other changes in here though that I had to ensure are actually okay to release. It's been a little while since I've pushed out a full release. I've only did small patches. And that reminds me, I do have a bug to fix with the ChatGPT integration, so I'm going to have to fix that. And I want to get this crap out of here. It doesn't belong in there. Go ahead and move that into an experiments folder, maybe. Let's see what we've got here. We've got components. Hello, how are you doing tonight? One of the changes I'm going to make is actually have it read out the username, but let's see who we got here. So tonight we're just doing a wee bit of coding. This little game I coded that's all hooked up to YouTube. Don't let it fool you, it looks quite simple, but it has a full stream panel that lets you wirelessly use your phone and stuff for different angles. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue working on that. All right. Let's see if I could switch this over. It's a little bit better. So we're just doing a get that out of here. a bit of insomnia. It's been relentless lately. Like absolutely relentless. So we may as well get some stuff done. This project is almost entirely coded in JavaScript. React, WebGL and Canvas, and Node.js for the back end. Looks like we have an effect folder already. We'll pop it in there. There would have been a time when I preferred TypeScript, but as someone that's done native app development for many years professionally, I'm quite comfortable managing things myself. We got that in there. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So I put some user settings. There's a lot more user settings in this update. Specifically for the chat, I'm trying to go for something a little bit more similar to how Slack or Discord works, or even Facebook Messenger. Let's see. Darken the themes. This is a wee bit late. That's pretty nice. To start this again. So the light color, it's new lines of code. The darker color, it's lines I've removed, and I'm basically just making sure everything looks okay. And then once done, we'll commit it. And then we'll run the Jenkins build process, which will release this out to prod. So that'll be good. I know Walter's been waiting to play with some of these updates. What's going on here? Not too sure. With these useless comments. We're going to have to come back and do a massive refactor. The majority of the components in React are coded in a functional state. The main component that sets everything else up is still a class, and I'm going to be working on getting rid of that. Right. Some more settings. What's going on here? That's not good. That would just override everything. Makes no sense. I was trying to move these components out. Let me test that on a local device. I have a wee phone stand, but I misplaced it somewhere. Oh wow. Yeah, I can't release this. I've not tested it on a mobile yet. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not happy. Not happy at all. How'd that happen? Bloody YouTube ads every second. Well, this is basically useless. What happened to touch events? It might be related to something here. Let's see. It's not related. For some reason, touch events have been ignored on the mobile chat, which is very aggravating. Probably because the whole thing's a bloody popover. Let me see. Room.js. I think this is the right one. Let's just use search. I've been listening to some of these tracks, dark disco, and it's pretty good. All right. Let's pull this over here. All right. Problem is, this chat panel is draggable, and I guess that doesn't make too much sense on the mobile display port or something with the touch screen. So I'm going to go ahead and just ignore that for right now. Even though it is a user setting, I think we're going to just default that to false if it's a mobile view. Just quickly. Const override popover equals. Looks like we have another class here that has to go. Interesting. So I have to scroll so you can see the code. Right, override popover. It should already be triggering it. I already have a check right here. What is going on? This should be firing. I do have it defined in the context. See, this is the problem when using React classes, and I just need to get rid of them. I have 2 ones left. This looks like it's going to be a pretty easy one to get rid of. It's only 427 lines. Just a wee bit bigger than I like. But it's not as big as my app.js. Okay. And just for the awareness of the viewers, the top of the screen right there, that is Kynto, and that is controlled by the YouTube chat. It's AI moderated, so don't be afraid to use it. All right, it's still bloody ignoring me. Bloody kick this thing. I did pick up a new bloody keyboard as well, so better be actually saving. Mac's weird, like the way it maps the keys, like Alt S for save. It just feels weird. Where was it? Was it in there? Okay. Let's see, the problem with classes in React 2, it's not as reactive as you'd hope. And I figured out over time that a lot of bugs were just resolved by refactoring over to functional components, which are nicer as well. I like controlling and just passing in the properties that I want, and making use of context as well. It's been quite handy. But I don't want to start another refactor without getting this release, so we're just going to continue on. Let's see if this is defined on props. Prop drilling, one of my favorite things ever. All right, that fixed that. Now we got our touch events back, so that's good. So I could test what I wanted to test here. Switch over to the development environment. This is our, let's see. This is our new chat panel, basically. It's a little bit more similar to what you'd see with other messengers. It does support P2P out the box, peer-to-peer. I'm going to add a wee lock icon up here so you can turn that on or off. All these media streaming options that I'm using peer-to-peer by default. I'm actually going to add my own server streaming component to support larger streams. It's quite complicated to support many people. When a phone has to stream the media stream to however many devices are connected. So if you're streaming a 4K video stream and someone connects, you're essentially creating an entirely different stream to upload to them. And if someone else comes on, you're doing the same thing. So, well, it's exciting technology, and there's a lot more explanation of what I do with it. We're gonna have to do some alternate things as well. Right, what was the testing? Okay. More bloody ads, fuck's sake. Back to camera. I am not in the right room. Let me switch to Shop. I got an ad for Chrome on Chrome. That's brilliant. Good job, Google. All right, let's see if this works. There we go. So this is a peer-to-peer WebRTC streaming. You can see some Star Trek on a tiny CRT. Beautiful. So that is working okay. I'm going to connect one more device, probably from the Steam Deck, just to make sure that this is indeed working correctly. Where am I going to park this? I could just sit right there. Other bloody keyboard. I'm not too comfortable using Synology or Barrier. You're essentially using a keylogger, and we've got enough of those, man. I don't need to be installing them by choice. It's bloody battery dying. Is that what's going on? I think it is. All right, we're going to connect. Hopefully this is... So now we're connected on the Steam Deck. We're just going to make sure that the changes to chat have not broken peer-to-peer media. That's important for streaming on YouTube. All right, should be popping up momentarily. There we go. There's a wee bit of inception for you. Steam Deck. Beautiful. So I think that's okay. Let me go ahead and share my desktop from the Steam Deck. Gotta be careful at bloody pointing the camera, for fuck's sake. So that's another media source being shared. Click that, it should make it as the background. If I enable that, let me go actually enable that. I guess I added a setting for it. Where did I put it? I might not added a setting for that yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Made a nice little component that ties in nicely. To the user settings. So I don't have to code anything, I just have to essentially give it a name, give it a description, populate a role in MongoDB, and then that will be valid and we can save to it. Where was it? Top level. Let's see, here, OBS video, background media. So I don't think I have one. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick search. So we have it in settings, but we do not have it in our chat settings. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that. React has definitely grown on me over the years. Worked professionally with Vue during the day. For the past year or so, it was Swift. I had worked on iPhone apps originally when I was like 18, believe it or not. But back then it was Objective-C, and Storyboard. It's changed a little bit since then. Okay, so we're going here. We're looking for our miniature settings. Where are we? So we're up here. I'm going to pop it in here, I think. Are we missing settings? Is that what's going on? Let's see. Vertical, stream controls, chat header, draggable popover. Oh, that's right. We're in the wrong bloody section. It's a big project. If I was to explore the directories, just how many components have been coded for this, it's a bit ridiculous. Minimap, what the hell? I'm just gonna have to. Kynto chat settings. Here we go. So it wasn't even in there. No wonder. sake. So just have a nice little, let's go up, you can see, have a nice wee control component here. Okay. So that's me being able to just add a new user settings component just like that. Very simple. Go back over here. It should be in here. Yep, it's right there. Move it to view. So I have to tidy up the view. This is all work in progress. Bear with me. All these chat controls make this a little bit more dynamic. Like, you could do big buttons. You could do little buttons. I think I'm gonna have to update my computer. It's like shite. Let's enable background streams. Let's see if this pops up. There we go. Progress. Why is that offset? Can you see that? What the all right. As you can see here, peer-to-peer is doing its bloody thing. I'm gonna have to restart this bloody computer though, see what's using up all. You know what I think it is? Docker ends up using all the virtual memory up, and I think that's got us running like shite. So we're gonna go. Yep, it's using 16 gigs of RAM. 16 gigs of RAM. There's definitely a bug with this. We're just going to go ahead and restart it. Only happens after running for a couple of weeks. Not a big fan of restarting my computer, I suppose. So I just took down my dev environment. But what are you going to do? I have to wait a minute till it comes back, and it'll be a lot faster. I'm not going to sit there and try and fight it. Do enough of that. Okay. Let's see if it comes back. So I was at my local Publix today, and they were carrying cans of Lucozade. And typically you have to be in Britain to get those, but they have them here now. They also carry like Iron Brew, Jammy Dodgers, beans, curry sauce. It's not bad. I don't know who made the decision, but all the Public seats in South Florida I've been to now have a British section. Like, I'll make do. Can't get a proper fish and chips here though, that's for sure. Which is ironic because Florida has some of the best fish I've ever tasted. You have to pay out the arse for it. So Docker's taking its sweet time to start. A lot of development time is basically spent like this. I don't know if people get ADHD or as much as it's juiced into them when they start doing this type of work. It shouldn't be taking this long. Oh, come on. Well, that's going on. Let's. Okay, it's up. What's all this crap? Give you a quick display on some of the. How many? Jesus Christ! There's so many orphaned servers. Might be part of the problem. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and restart this. Do this off screen. Come on, you piece of shit. Okay, starting back up. It's unfortunate YouTube's so hard with their copyright system. You can't really listen to music while hosting streams, which is a wee bit unfortunate. We try to get permission from some of the smaller creators that I've seen, but I haven't been too successful there. There we go. Already using 10 gigs. Out of control. Let's see if we can reconnect. I have to make sure this is all working before I commit it. Blue screen of death. Went off the clock, I suppose. Well, not so much a vibe coder, because that's using the bloody AI, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. They're running like shit. Oh, you know why? I've got a bunch of lights in here. It's lighting effect is expensive. I'll go disable that. Is that better? What is going on? The Docker's just bloody out of control tonight. So it's Firefox. Let's just switch over to bloody Chrome. Oh shit, why did the Kynto disconnect? We've got two instances here. We've got prod and LAN. Looks like we're still up. Let's see if the chats are still coming in. Even if no one talks, this should update and let me know. Yep, that's good, it's working. Didn't delete my lights, did it? It's always nice when everything's cooperating. think I'm going to have to rebuild my local database. It's a mess. How's your one going? Huh? You can say what? Oh, wow. I'll try to fix this. Oh, well. I'll do it in minutes and shots. Star Trek. What is? Yeah, I don't know. Jim was my little TV. I'll have to find you one. Okay. Oh, that's much better. For fuck's sake. Uh, Got an issue with the reverse proxy? Are we dealing with a bloody error? What is going on here? WebSocket connection failed. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't restart React. See? Well, I shouldn't have to. It's already up. We'll just go ahead and restart reverse proxy here. We need that. Okay. There we go. It's a reverse proxy issue. Lovely. So this should be coming through much faster, hopefully. It's a wee bit concerning. WebRTC is definitely one of the most finicky things. Like, I'm quite careful of the changes I make to it because once I got it working and stable, I feel like it's easy to break. All right, so I think I might have found the bug then. Let's see. Yeah, I'd consider that a bug. This whole thing just shat the bed. All right, let's quickly undo this. Shite. So we're keeping that in here for now. Oh boy. I'm not impressed. I think I'm gonna have to take these updates from Apple and restart. Because the whole thing is just ran like shite. It's an M2 with 16 gigs of RAM. It shouldn't be this bad. We'll go ahead and update. Thankfully, I have the Steam Deck hooked up so I can switch over for a minute, find something else. I do have the Kynto development environment set up on the Steam Deck as well, which is pretty good. But that has its own problems. I had to get around the privileged ports issue by using IP tables. That worked. Right, I think I'm gonna drop off now. Start actually watching some Star Trek or something. I'm sure everything will work right after that. Cheers for hanging out. For Star Trek. Like or subscribe. Appreciate it. It's a wee tiny channel. And always working at something interesting. At least interesting to me. All right.